like waiting for a cat sitter to arrive. And then I'm just like, oh, sorry, they're announcing the Academy Awards. And she's like, is this the cat food here? And, she's like, what? Then they announce it. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I said, oh, I'm nominated for Academy Award. She's like, well done, you. Anyway, where's the cat litter?
Assassin's Creed Shadows may just be worth the years-long wait. In many respects, it's the most ambitious AC game yet. Den of Geek was invited to developer Ubisoft Quebec's studio in Quebec City to play 6 hours of a preview build before the game's March 20th release.
Is it fair to say that you two had a solid rapport after the awards season in 2023?
Yeah, we did. We really did. I can safely say it's so nice to have been on a set and had my beliefs about a person affirmed.
What was it like working with Sean again on this one then?
Oh my gosh. A little Goonies reunion. Sean Astin, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep with one, ladies and gentlemen. I've known him his whole life.
Yeah, true, right? Yeah, Goonies brother. Goonies never say die.
If Sam had to pick 2 or 3 Marvel characters to be with on his Avengers, who would they be?
You can't beat the Hulk. You can only hope to contain him. I've always been a Nightcrawler fan since I was a kid. The third person is probably my favorite character in all of the MCU. Shout out to Channing Tatum. Would probably be Gambit because he's from Louisiana. And he just looks so cool with that jacket. I mean, his costume's just so cool.
At what point did you realize that AI would need to be a part of Mythic Quest Season 4? And then what did you learn about the gaming industry's relationship with it at the moment?
Pretty early on.
Yeah.
We kind of knew we had to comment on it.
Obviously, it's a huge point of interest across the world. It's also a huge point of interest in the cultural zeitgeist and the gaming industry. So we felt like pretending as if it weren't would feel inorganic and not authentic.
In approaching a project like this, do you have a fear of heights going in?
Yes, it came to it and I thought, I really don't like this. And of course I knew I wasn't going to be dangling on the side of a building, but there was a time where Martin actually said, oh, we are going to shoot as much as possible on the side of a building. And I thought, okay, I want to do the film, so I'll make it work. Thankfully, I did not actually have to dangle on a real building. It's not comfortable.
It's a privilege as an actor to be able to embody something that's very foreign to you, but also obviously very daunting and very scary. And so it felt like quite the challenge. And I'm, proud and honored to have been able to be gifted such beautiful material.
Also, remember when you had to do it twice?
Yeah, they actually lost all the footage and I had to reshoot it. Reshoot the entire scene.
Literally like files just somehow magically
so
wiped.
Anyways, so that entire week, we'll just do it again.
Well, actually, trend-wise, I've always had kind of a soft spot for skirt over pants. And I wouldn't mind seeing some more of that. And then the one that I would leave, unless we're gonna really commit, is the really pencil thin eyebrow.
You and I differ with the skirt pants thing. Let's leave that in the past.
She's willing to work. She's willing to do whatever she has to be because she loves Spencer and she wants that life. She wants adventure. She wants to be free. I think she's got this grit that the Duttons just inherently have. And so I think she's a pretty good fit. I think she's a good fit for the family, personally.
In Dark Ages, you will stand and fight. This gameplay philosophy is certainly on display in Dark Ages, emphasizing brutal melee combat as the Doomslayer smashes his way through the demonic hordes with Flail, Gauntlet, and the new Shield Saw, which he can use to not only block, parry, and deflect attacks, but also to cut down his enemies.
The way they write the character has that background inside of it, but you can tell Rex is not interested at all in engaging with any of that.
Sort of B-list villains, not to be offensive to poor Powerplex, but what was it like to introduce him this year? And look, we went from Angstrom, he's still out there.
Listen, Powerplex is A- at best.
Okay, A- villain Powerplex.
The way the schedule worked most of this season, I was almost always recording after Seth had already recorded. So I got to hear, and they had already, sort of picked their favorite takes of his. So oftentimes, instead of reading with, director, producer, just kind of filling in the lines, I was actually, from my perspective, playing the scenes with Seth. And as we know, Seth brings his own unique style to everything. So it was a real treat.
Just have
Sakamoto has surrounded himself with other kind of assassin figures at the convenience store. He works with another fellow assassin and the daughter of a crime boss. So you have this really fun setup there with these characters. Also, Sakamoto has promised his wife that he won't kill anyone. He has a no-kill policy. What's exciting about this movie is that it's Gundam's return to the Universal Century timeline. Universal Century is where Gundam started. It's moved away from that over time with dozens of different timelines, but it's kind of become hallowed ground for the franchise, and there's so much reverence there that there's been some hesitation to return to Universal Century stories because they don't want to damage the reputation of it.
Any other cool, just spooky experiences around town?
At the Washoe Club, I've been there 2 times, and after each visit, I had scratches present on my back.
Okay.
After we got home, my husband noticed that I
Yeah.
had these wild scratches all over my back. And he
Yeah.
also got a cool photo of the cowboy shadow man that's said to be there.
I came back here, I just killed the lights, and from the crypt, which is the doors right behind us, it sounded like a woman being, murdered. Blood-curdling, high-pitched, just shrieking sound from back there.